Alright then, let's get started with today's Disability in Fiction workshop here on WordCamp. This is a fortnightly workshop. I still haven't worked out how to describe the frequency of this. We do it every week, 1 week on WordCamp and next on ScriptCamp, and they're effectively the same workshop. And yeah, we just sort of talk about the disabled characters that you create and make sure they're good representation and sort of work our way through. Numbers are a bit low this week, but I'm sure more people will turn up, and as we get going, we'll have lots to review. Yeah, that being said, this is primarily about us looking at other people's characters. I will read a disclaimer. I was hoping to show it on the screen, but it's not loading at the moment. I can never get I try and I have it worded out really well in PowerPoint and can never remember what it is. There it is. In this session, there's a possibility that we will discuss sensitive and triggering topics such as mental health, abuse, suicide, substance abuse, and trauma. If at any point you feel it's getting too heavy, then you are welcome to leave without explanation. And we are able to offer some helpful resources. So yeah, that's our disclaimer. I guess we just dive right into it this week. If anyone has any disabled characters that they're writing, maybe you want help with it, or maybe whatever, feel free to unmute. Welcome, Samar. We're just getting started here.
It's Ma.
If you have any characters that you
Hello?
would like to... Hello.
Hi.
How
are you?
Yeah, we're good. Are there any characters that you're working on at the moment that you want to workshop?
Sorry?
Are there any characters that you want to workshop at the moment, or?
I can't hear you.
Oh, we're just getting started, so I just wanted to see if you were working on any projects with disability.
Yeah, it's about mental illness, so it's the kind of maybe some views when their families have known about their mental illness. They have been to psychiatric hospitals and they received electroconvulsive therapy sessions, which is about like electric node spot on the head, and it's kind of something like mental abuse. So I took this issue in my project. That is all.
Okay, cool. Was there anything that you wanted help to write, for example, or anything you wanted feedback on?
Okay, I would like to listen to your projects, and I like to listen to you all here.
Okay, cool. Is there anyone else who has any projects they want feedback on?
I have small bit of advice that I need. I have a character that I've been thinking of making her an ambulatory wheelchair user, like she only uses it sometimes, but I don't know if like showing her in it one time is enough to do that, and I can't think of any other than the one time to show it. So I'm wondering if it would be better to just like leave that out, or if it would be better to keep it in, or sorry, I rambled a bit.
No, not at all. You didn't ramble at all. I think it's important that ambulatory wheelchair users are shown in the media in whatever form. From what it sounds like, I would say it's good to even just show it once. If you show it more than when, that's cool. But some wheelchair users, some ambulatory wheelchair users won't use wheelchairs that often. There is a possibility that you could give them other mobility aids in addition to a wheelchair, so maybe a cane or crutches and that sort of thing. So that's
Be
a
smart.
possibility.
Good idea. Thank you.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
because. Yeah, go on.
Oh, sorry. No. Go ahead, Joel.
No, you go, because it's about League's project. I was going to move off the topic.
Oh, yeah, I was just gonna say, it'd be great to show an ambulatory wheelchair user. One huge misconception is that people in wheelchairs can't walk at all, or particularly like paralysis is the only reason that someone would be in a wheelchair, even though there's many different reasons. So having someone not use it, or going back and forth, I think would be great. There's something definitely missing in media. I do think it should be in more than one scene, or I mean, I guess it depends on how prevalent the character is. But if it's possible to show it multiple times or have multiple walking aids, that'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to do this only because my PowerPoint has only just loaded. I'm going to backtrack a little bit and do what we normally do our normal intro. I did a lot of it, but again, this workshop but we do this workshop because disability is so badly represented in the media often, and it's one of the biggest minorities in the world, and yet it's not showing that much in the media, and so that's why this workshop exists. We have a number of guidelines to make sure that everyone is safe, and so we ask that everyone is respectful to all people. I think we know everyone here. I don't think that's going to happen based on previous weeks, but still, we go through it anyway. And we welcome all questions, even if you think they're silly or or inappropriate. I mean, it's difficult sometimes to judge how appropriate a question is. I think the rule that we go by is the intent behind the question rather than the question itself. Answer the question asked in a respectful way, sort of thing. That's how we decide largely. Welcome, Gray. And if you want any written manuscript read, then we ask that you give feedback elsewhere on the server, so that people aren't just taken, when they're given and taken. And remember that everyone is here to learn and improve. For the purposes of this workshop, there are 5 types of disability, not just for physical disabilities. We look at intellectual, sensory, mental health, and hidden disabilities. Every week at the same time, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, and 4 p.m. British time. This is disability in fiction, so we look at all media. We try and ask if it's a screenplay that you give it to us next week. If there's like other stuff that we've got, prioritize novels, but we accept all types of media. We've had comics on here before. I wouldn't say no to a podcast, I guess. But yeah, so any type of media, it's welcome here. And then in script camp, which will be next week, again, we look at much the same thing. We disable characters, we share disabled experiences, and look at character prompt. Give you a character prompt, so we'll give you an image, for example, and say, write a story or a scene maybe about this character. So yeah, that's largely what the workshop is about. I do that only because, again, my PowerPoint took ages to load. That's why I'm doing it late. But yeah, so it doesn't seem like many people want feedback about anything or want to workshop anything. If you would, feel free to unmute at any time, and we're very, this is all about you essentially. If no one has anything they want to workshop, we will do a writing prompt. Right, I'm going to get an image then. And now, historically, I have been posting images of of disabled people, and it's often quite clear what their disability is. This time, I'm going to be slightly. I'm going to post an able-bodied person, or at least they look able-bodied. Well, mental probability they probably are able-bodied. But we're going to write it as if it may have some form of disability. What this means for you in practice is that you can give them virtually any disability you want to. There we go. Post it in the chat there. So you can give them whatever disability you want, near enough, and yeah, just enjoy it. And it can be any form of media that you please. A screenplay, it can be prose, it can be, I don't know, whatever you want. And we'll give you a set time that I will decide. So yeah. We'll give you half an hour. And you can start whenever you're ready. Samara, so this is just a project where you can write a scene, you can write a screenplay, you can write I don't think you have enough time for a chapter. But, write whatever you want about this character, and they're disabled in some way, and how you show their disability is up to you. Yeah. It's just a writing exercise, essentially. So some to answer your question, this would be as a theme. So if you want to write this as a screenplay, okay, this is your okay. Looking at what you submitted, I don't think it'd be much of a novel. This would be a novel format per se. This is more of a character introduction. This isn't what you would read in a book, essentially, I think. And this is a half-hour writing task, so we'll review everything in 30 minutes ish. Alright, we have 17 minutes left, and then we'll check in with each other. There's a couple of submissions if you want to keep going, you can. If you just want to spend this time editing, you can. Up to you. We've still got 17 minutes.
Samar, I was going to mention, like Joel's voice sounds fine to me. Maybe want to check his audio settings for you. I think if you click on his name, you might be able to change his audio. Or is my audio bad for you as well?
Are you on a computer or a Mac? but we have 10 minutes. time up. So let's see what you got. Post it in the chat. And yeah. I will do the same, and then we'll take a look at what you have. Alright then. Sorry, that took a while. I couldn't figure out how to export just one page. And there was no limit to how much to write. It was just I wrote in an existing file rather than a new file. Anyway. Who wants to go first? Who shall we read first? Let's do Jay, just because they're on top of the list. Okay, well, order of submission, that's actually probably an easier way. Jay, I see you haven't submitted yet. If you would like to submit, that would be helpful. I think we're going. We had a couple, didn't we? Yeah. So we had two from Samar. Sorry, I'm not sure how to say your name. Is it Samar? But we had two from her, so I will read it out loud since it's prose format. She's a girl who works as a model. She suffers from bulimia nervosa, eating disorder. She eats a lot and uses unhealthy methods to lose weight. She struggles every time she has a runway show. Because of stress, she has to vomit the food she ate before the show. And the second one was the model, Maya, who has a photo session of a new clothes brand at a wine garden. She looks dizzy and needs to eat, but she can't avoid having a noticeable tummy. Okay, what do we think of that? Anyone is welcome to unmute and give their feedback.
So the first one feels more like a character blurb or character, like a behind the scenes character description versus something that would be in a novel. But the kind of more important thing to mention is we don't even get her name before we get her disability. Basically, in the second one, we get her name and who she is, what she is doing. She has a photo session. What kind of a photo session? A clothes brand. This looks is much better, and I really like that. It shows a bit more of who she is versus the first one, it feels more like a clinical description of pretty much anyone with bulimia. So yeah, I like the second one. It shows much more of her person. And
Yeah, thank you, Willow.
Thank you. Just wanted to say, if it's coming to the first one, it seems like a clinical diagnosis or so, because I'm studying clinical psychology, so I'm just somewhat affected with the field that I'm studying that I wanted to say.
okay, that does make sense, and where the clinicalness of it comes from.
Yeah, cool. Thank you for your submission. Like Willow says, it does seem more, it does seem very clinical and very, yeah, I think it'd be cool if we, really focused on the emotion of the character and, what they're doing, and rather than just their struggles, what is their everyday life like, and, those sorts of things would be nice to include and nice to read. Because ultimately it's a story, and we want to tell a story rather than just, if you get what I'm trying to say. But yeah, thanks for sharing it. And does anyone else have any feedback for Samara's submission? Grace says, I don't know much about bulimia, but so I don't have useful information, I think.
I wanted to comment on Willow's scene.
We'll read
I
that
like-
in a second. We'll get to that in a minute.
okay.
Nick, do you have any feedback for Samar? Nick has no comment. Okay. In that case, we will move on to Willow, and we will read their work first. This is a bit longer. Okay. Mrs. Willow. Angie pulled her jacket closed as a chilling breeze hit her. Her long black hair swirled around, smacking her over the face. She trampled through the tall grass, following the photographer. The pair finally arrived at a clearing with some wispy trees as a backdrop. While the photographer set up his camera, Angie wandered around, practicing her poses. The photographer clapped, getting her attention. Let's get this done, I'm freezing, the photographer signed in ASL. Fine by me, Angie signed back. She dropped her jacket to reveal a black spaghetti-strap halter and a massive burn scar that covered her left shoulder and arm. Her left breast was completely missing. She posed, looking sexy and seductive. The photographer smiled as he snapped a picture. Wonderful, thanks for submitting. Does anyone have any feedback for Willow?
Go for it, Samar. You said you had something you wanted to say, so go for it. I want to hear.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you're there.
Oh, you muted again, or like 2 words and then nothing.
Okay. I said I truly liked how you're describing her confidence and how she is very confident while she's having a lot of disabilities, and how she chooses to work as a model. And the way that you have written the sentences and their sequences is like it's very nice. I can say.
Thank you. I tried to use italics for the ASL, but that didn't really work.
Yeah, Discord can be a bit weird with formatting.
Yeah.
Gray's got some comments. She says, I think I would say trample tall grass. And I know she's not doing it on purpose. It's not with a goal in mind, but I usually see trample with an object.
Okay. Good point.
I read that too, and I thought trample was a bit of a weird word, not a bad word, just a weird word to use. But I'll tell you what I like. Oh, Lee, if you have any feedback, and you don't seem to be using your mic, so you can just, if you have any feedback, leave it in the chat. But I will say that I enjoyed reading it, and as a disabled person, I know what ASL means, but I wonder how many others who aren't, what they would think if they didn't know. So maybe the first time you say American Sign Language, and then in the future you say ASL. Just to clarify, maybe. There was an issue where here you used past tense. When you read novels, they generally are in present tense. Which threw me off a bit when I read this one. But I very much enjoyed it. There's something else I was going to say. Yeah, it's a good start. I mean, I personally think you could have written more in the half hour that we had. As in, because I saw that you posted this quite, like 15 minutes in. So I say that only because I wish there was more. I think it's a good story. And yeah, that's all the feedback I had for you. Lee didn't submit anything. I don't think Jay submitted anything or will submit anything. If you need help with that, then let me know. I thought she was submitting. Oh, I also wrote something. I forgot that. I was going completely glaze over it. What's the easiest way for me to send this? I wrote it as a screenplay format just because that's what I'm used to. Actually, I'm going to do what I normally do and just share my screen. Give me a second to show the right screen. There we go. Alright, do we have any volunteers who would like... there are two parts and direction. We have an Alex, we have an Anita, and we have direction. Who's up to read?
I'd like to read something.
Cool. Are you okay with direction?
All right.
Thank you. Anyone else like to read? Hey, Lasagna.
Hello. Hello, gamers. Very cool.
My name is Markiplier.
Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier.
And today, could I read Alex?
Yes, you can.
You're reading. Oh, shoot.
Yeah. It is just 2 pages, but I don't think it's even 2 pages.
Where's the PDF?
I'm sorry, it's only available in. It's only available in Stream.
Okay.
But I can submit in chat if you would like. I was just trying to save time and hassle.
No, it's okay. Can I be someone?
Yeah. Wait, Gray, you said you were going to be Alex, didn't you?
Yeah.
If so, Nozani, you can be Anita.
Yes.
Wait, hang on. Yeah, that's everything. I forgot what Willow was playing in. All right, then, Willow, whenever you are ready.
All right. Exterior field day. In amongst the long grass, Anita, 20s female, stands with her hands in her pockets. She looks seriously into the camera, being held by Alex, 30s female. Glasses on her forehead as she squints into the lens.
Come forward a bit.
Reluctantly, Anita does, and poses a bit more. The camera clicks repeatedly. Anita sighs.
Do I even look good?
Yeah, I love it.
Anita looks away, disinterested. Alex puts down the camera and lowers her glasses.
Hey, I need you to do this for me, please. I just need to submit these photos for my college course.
A phone beeps nearby. It's a piercing, irritative, repetitive beep. Anita quickly walks to her bag.
That one. It's my, what's it called?
Alex looks blankly at her, unimpressed.
It's my sensor thingy for my diabetes.
Anita checks her phone and frowns at it.
What does it do?
It checks my blood sugar. If it's too high, it's bad for my blood, I think. If it's too low, I faint.
She stares blankly at her phone.
I can't remember the range it's supposed to be.
What number is it?
41.
She collapses.
Oh my goodness. What?
She rushes over and shakes Anita's arm.
Wake up. Wake up.
Anita doesn't respond.
Oh no, she's dead.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah. Interesting point about that before we start with feedback. So some people will use different units. So someone I know who has diabetes will use millimoles, I think it's called. So the range it's supposed to be really is between 4 and 8, but with a different unit, it's a different range completely. So I spent a lot of time looking it up when I probably didn't need to. And I was like, maybe this could be a reason why it's different. It's caused confusion. I don't know. Anyway, that point is irrelevant. What's relevant is your feedback. Let's start with why start in the middle? Why do that to myself? Willow, do you have any feedback for me?
Okay, yeah. This was really tense. This was a lot more emotional than I was planning for. And I think part of the tension is just running through my mind. Oh my gosh, what would I do if I were in this situation? What would I do if I were Alex? And because it can be a really scary thing to watch somebody go through something like this. And honestly, the common response is like everyone just stands there. I was in a store one time and one of the employees dropped and had a seizure. And everyone just froze, just scared stiff. And so I can't imagine what it might be like for the person going through it, but it is terrifying being the feeling of helplessness uh, when you witnessing something like that. And uh, yeah, that was actually really tense.
Thank you. Thanks for that. Samara, you're more than welcome to try voice acting. We actually have table reads in script camp tomorrow. I can't remember your time though, but I will get a link to send to you. But yeah, everyone did very well reading that. Thank you, readers. Anyway, while I find the link for Samara, who wants to go next? Lasagna, would you like to give feedback?
Okay. I just liked it. I don't have anything to say. So, I guess I thought some words in the action lines could be cut out, but like when you say as, I thought, you probably don't need to, but that's kind of all my brain thought of. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the whole like not actually knowing what your medical device is called, because I don't know what the fuck's up with my eyes. I don't know what's happening here. And then people ask me and I'm like, what do you mean? So it's like that makes sense. When you have a disability, you don't specifically know what the fuck's going on. This is just the thing you have. This is my whatchamacallit. It's my thingy.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that detail of being like a little silly, goofy, and then not realizing, oh hey, I'm about to faint. And I like the whole like she was feeling like low energy the whole time. So despite everything, I guess I kind of want to see some suspicions from Alex, but like it's something that's completely unpredictable, right? So like it's fine. It's fine if there's no suspicions, but like if Anita is usually energetic, I don't know who Anita is. I don't know how Anita is. So like I guess I have no
Me neither.
context for okay. So if she was usually energetic, I guess I'd want Alex to be like, "Are you tired today?" or something like that, or just like, "Did you stay up late again?" or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, move on now. That's all I have. I
Thank
liked
you very
it.
much.
Good job.
Thank you. Samara, do you have any feedback? Okay, moving on to Ray.
I liked it a lot. I guess I can't see it now, but I feel as though Alex's impatience might have been some indicator that Anita had been sort of lower than usual today, like feeling sort of weak. But yeah, I didn't think it was too flowery or anything. I think it was good as far as screenwriting rules go. I don't know too much about diabetes outside I think my mom having it, but yeah, I think I would have reacted similarly to Alex should the same thing happen near me. Would totally panic. Yeah, I've never seen my mom faint from diabetes either, yeah.
Yeah,
But
the person I know who has diabetes, she never got to that point, but she was getting close to that point. Because actually, when you're like at that level, you're kind of like you stop making sense and you start making stuff like that. Because the brain's essentially shutting down to some extent before you actually lose complete consciousness. But yeah.
see. Well, yeah, I liked it. I hope Anita ends up okay, even
Yeah,
though like
me
the
too.
universe is there, unless you plan on expanding it. So, but yeah, thanks for sharing it.
Thank you very much, Gray. And League, did you have any feedback for me? When I wrote it, she wasn't actually a model. She was just like, so the main character is actually Alex, who is a photography student, and this is just her friend who was reluctant to do it, and she just, dragged out for Anita, who doesn't want
Yeah,
to be here.
I did pick up on that, but it's also like I just read some showbiz manga, so I just want someone to be a model.
Cool. All right. I will give coins out if I remember on ScriptCamp because we don't have a coin bot on here yet. We will at some point, but this is not ready yet. So, yeah. Whoa, big message. Oh, cool. Graded one. Nice. We'll read it now. I wasn't expecting a big. I wasn't expecting this. Nice surprise. Um, cool. This is prose, so one person can read this, and I will be that person. Here we go. A beige coat lies on the ground discarded. Mildred stands in the dry grass in the dry grass nearby, swaying in the breeze, slightly twisting her torso back and forth. She paces the ground, but her eyes are glazed over. The sky is an austere grey. Soft wind raises goosebumps on Mildred's skin. Hey! Mildred's eyes drift toward the voice from behind. It's a teen in a puffy purple jacket. Chelsea. She jogs up, smiling. You and your Irish goodbyes. We turned around and you were gone. Chelsea picks up the beige coat, circles around to Mildred's face. Mildred's eyes are still on the ground. That there was a bit too much, I guess. All those lights. And noises, yeah, Mildred mumbles. And too hot. Chelsea nods, slinging the coat over her shoulder. I get it. Is it alright if I sit with you? Mildred bobs up and down. Yes. Still smiling, Chelsea nods again and sits on the ground a couple yards away. I think that's meant to say. The breeze brushes over the grass. The two sit alone together. Thank you. Cool. Who's got some feedback for I'm buying Samar's already gone, but bye bye. Anyone got some feedback for Gray?
Yeah, I kind of want to read it again too, because I'm thinking like Mildred had an autistic meltdown, and Chelsea is there to I feel like Mildred had an autistic meltdown, and Chelsea was there to help and kind of comfort her. And
I guess.
honestly,
Fuck.
I really liked it. I wish I feel like this is kind of what needs to be seen, because honestly, this is the kind of thing that would help me a lot. I don't need a hug. I don't need a hey, what's wrong? Just sit down, separate, but together.
Yeah.
I really liked that ending. That was very sweet. And I love the also showing the relationship between Chelsea and Mildred. That Chelsea knows Mildred enough to know how to help a friend. And I love that.
Mm.
Oh, hello. I have also now read it. It was very good. I really liked it, and it was very wholesome and pleasant to read. I guess I might have a writing tip or something, because like this isn't scripts. You don't need to like always say the character's name. You could probably describe them. I don't know. I feel like it'd be neat. It'd be neat to get a peek into their looks and maybe their expressions a little more. Like at the end, like what expression are they making, or are we seeing the back of their heads that they look into the sunset or some shit? I feel like that's neat. Um, but I like what Willow said. I didn't get it the first time because I brain turned off, but I do get it now, and I feel like I enjoyed it. I enjoyed myself. Thank you very much, Gray. You write good, and also you have good brain. You use both halves of your brain. Congratulations. Um, yeah, that's all. Goodbye.
Thank you, Lasagna. Yeah, I, I, I assume that League and Jay are going to give feedback. If you do, you're welcome to. But yeah, I enjoyed it too. I was, not gonna lie, I was waiting to be told what what my disability was. Although I had my suspicions from the start. But actually, I think it's nice that we aren't told what the condition is. We're just sort of left to ponder it. And then it's good that we get some representation, and what else do I have to add that hasn't already been said? I don't even know. I don't think there was anything anything that I didn't say. I wasn't sure why. Wait. No. Sorry, my turn to reread. Oh, I see. Okay, I get it now. Cool. Right, so she's had a sensory overload from um from all the lights, the noises, and the heat. And so yeah, okay, cool. That makes sense now. Grace says, I'm a big fan of X-coded traits. Cynic Light is good too, but either one can be better in different situations. Yeah. Autistic coded characters and other coded characters are cool for fans because it's like no one said that they are, but I want to be as they are in my head and do about head cannons and stuff. That's fun. Yeah. I don't have any feedback to add on, but thank you everyone for your feedback and for submitting if you did so. I will give you all coinage over on script camp. I think that's roughly all that we have today. Although there's one announcement I would like to make, and that is, unfortunately, we have decided that the disabled writers groups are no more, and I'm very sad to say that. But the reason that is we feel that it was basically too similar to the workshops. It didn't have enough to stand up by itself. And so it didn't even have a wheelchair. And so yeah, it wasn't worth doing it. And it was so irregular anyway that most people would have forgotten to come. It just would have been not many advantages. However, if you look at your oh yeah, we've got to make the party bigger here. But if you are disabled and you don't have the role, so for example, if I click on lasagna and see all the beautiful roles that she's got, you'll notice she's got the disability in fiction role and she's got the disabled writers role. So that used to be the disabled writers group. Now just disabled writers. But what that means is that we campaign you for very special events that are upcoming where we will get in industry guests, so disabled filmmakers and disabled screenwriters primarily, and we will talk to them about what it's like being in the industry, how they got into that industry, and so on, and those sorts of events. Now, exciting news. I'm in consultation with a couple of writers, and I've got some connections and stuff which I'm going to use, and we will start getting, we'll start meeting professionals. If that is something you are interested in, and you do not have a role, let me know. And now everyone will be invited, but be for disabled writers particularly. And yeah, we'll spread it out. We'll try and have WordCamp and ScriptCamp equally active. But yeah, I wanted to let you know that the writers group is no more, which is sad, but to be honest, understandable. And on that note, if anyone has any ideas about how to make this workshop better, whether it's a new idea you want to trial or whatever, let me or Willow know, because I always want to make it better. Because why wouldn't you want to? But yeah, unless anyone's got any characters they want to workshop for the last 30 minutes, I think we might call it here.
Well, if someone has something they want to workshop, speak up. I have a topic I kind of want to talk about.
Yeah, looks like you can go for it.
I think right now at the moment I'm really craving seeing happy disabled characters, or disabled characters enjoying things or having fun, or something. I mean, definitely there is some there are some negative sides to disabilities. It can be disheartening. It can depression is common, but like I do feel like a lot of stories in the disabled thing are kind of downers, and or it, and I just want something happy. I'm craving seeing some happy moments, and I'm not talking about the putting on a mask and smiling for the camera kind of thing, or smiling to make other people feel better kind of thing. Just genuinely doing something they enjoy, genuinely having fun. Joel, why did you put up a picture of me? Somebody hacked my camera, and great. I thought I deleted that picture. So yeah, we absolutely relate to sadness and that. But disabled people still have hobbies. They still like to laugh. They still tell jokes. So I just kind of like to see something happy, or at least I don't know. I don't know. I guess the misery porn is kind of getting to me at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. It's too. I mean, to the best of my knowledge, every one of us is disabled, and we're not all miserable, sad people with no lives or hobbies. So we can look to ourselves to some extent and be like, "Hey, I'm a real person, and I have all of this, but I enjoy, all of that sort of thing."
Oh my
I
gosh.
mean, I may be a miserable, sad person, but I have hobbies. I'm having a
Yeah,
good time.
yeah. You're as miserable as I am.
Yeah, I
I
still got hobbies.
I yeah, I'm a I've been really miserable lately, and then just yesterday I just started bursting out in song and singing. Absolutely no reason, for the record. I can't sing. It's completely cringeworthy, horrible. But I just felt like singing. And yeah, I got a few looks.
You
How
did it in
dare I
public?
be happy?
I can't believe you did it in public. That's true. That's truly beautiful. Yeah, I don't know. I want to be like how I was when I was a youngin', which is wear a fairy costume in Walmart. That's who I want to be. And I want other people to do the same. Wear a fairy costume in Walmart. It's worth it.
Yeah, yes, I love that.
I granted a Walmart employee's wish. Either she got fired that day or she just had a day off because she asked for that. I don't know. But yeah, I want people being silly and goofy. It doesn't matter if you're disabled, you're still a silly, goofy guy.
I love that.
Everyone's got that little break in their little exterior. They've got that little happiness in them. No matter like how depressed you are, there's at least still a glimmer of hope in you somehow, somewhere. Like, I don't know, just yesterday I was in like the worst mood and then suddenly, I don't know. I don't know what happened, but I was suddenly happy again. It just happened. It happens sometimes. I was in like the worst mood ever, but like one little thing made me happy and like I'm back to joking and laughing again. It happens. You can there's just that sliver of something inside of everyone and it just be that way.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think there's anyone who's like completely and utterly incapable or sad or something whatever. I think that we are complex personalities and we can show many sides of us. And I would like to see that in our characters as well, if that makes sense.
Yes, I wholeheartedly agree.
That's good.
I have to say, hanging out with you guys make me so hungry.
What?
Oh, that is not what I thought you were going to say.
Me neither.
I thought you were going to say it was going to make you so happy. I was going to say,
I
yeah, it
thought you
makes
were
me
going to
so
be
happy
nice to
too.
us.
Hey, yeah,
Willow's not nice to us. Willow wants to eat us.
yes, you guys make me happy, and I love being here too. But I mean, come on, I'm reading names like seafood lasagna and popcorn shrimp, and there's a tortilla in here. I'm freaking hungry.
I'm
No,
not
I
a
get you.
tortilla. Excuse me. In WordCamp, I'm not a tortilla.
You're not a.
You are in our hearts.
Oh, you're not a tortilla. Wait, no. Oh, that's kind of.
Oh,
See?
you know what? Popcorn shrimp does make me really hungry.
See, I'm telling you.
Oh, in your final excruciating moments. I can't believe Gray is dying and we've just been hungry.
Yeah, I read that and I was like, wait, is this why she's giving me practice for table reads tomorrow? What?
I can't believe Gray is dying.
Oh,
You can deny the Twinkie identity, but you can never escape it. That's the truth.
oh, your
We
cat thinks
play
you're dying when you're
Ocarina.
playing Ocarina.
Okay, well now Gray has to bring the ocarina to one of the meetups.
Yeah.
We hear this death thralls.
Oh boy.
Oh, you have
Okay.
it?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
joined.
All
I
right,
joined very late, but it was nice hanging out anyway.
yeah, was. So,
If you guys, I'm gonna do what I did last week. If you guys would like to stay on, I think most of us are gonna stay on for a bit longer. I'm going to what? I'm going to end the official stream. I'm also going to put my teeth in so I can speak. As I say, thank you everyone for joining us this week. We'll be back next week on WordCamp for Disability in Screenwriting, where we do much the same thing. Hopefully, we have more submissions next week, and we can talk more about the table characters. But yeah, thanks again, and see you next week.